We're going to get started this morning with that dangerous heat wave many of you across the country are dealing with.
With sweltering temperatures putting lives at risk, the White House could reportedly make a big announcement soon. According to the Washington Post, President Biden could declare a climate emergency as soon as this week. The move would come after two stinging defeats for the White House. Citing inflation concerns, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin said he would block President Biden's climate legislation, which includes tax incentives for wind and solar power and electric vehicles. The other blow, the Supreme Court's decision limiting the EPA's ability to regulate carbon emissions from power plants. And the extreme temperatures we're seeing through a large portion of the country are putting the issue of climate change front and center. Overseas, historic heat and wildfires are also having a major impact in Europe. The heat wave there is blamed for more than 1,000 deaths in Spain and Portugal. And in the UK, the Health Security Agency announced its first level 4 heat warning, which is the highest possible level. Officials there are calling the brutal temperatures a national emergency. From the U.S. to Europe, we have full coverage this morning with NBC News meteorologist Michelle Grossman and foreign correspondent Claudia Lavanga in Rome. We're going to begin, though, with NBC News White House correspondent Mike Memoli. So, Mike, we want to start with that Washington Post report that says President Biden is considering declaring a national climate emergency, and it could happen as soon as this week. That's coming from 3 people familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss private deliberations. NBC News has reached out to the White House. We haven't heard back yet. So, Mike, what options would declaring a national climate emergency give the president when it comes to fighting global warming and climate change?
Well, first, Joe, let's just be clear. The president has made it clear as they issued a statement on Friday saying that climate action remains an urgent priority. And as the president put it, if the Senate refuses to act, he will take strong executive action. A White House official just get back to me a moment ago, in fact, Joe, saying that we are still considering all options and no final decision has been made. But what are those options? This official is pointing out that the president has already taken a number of executive actions to try to deal with climate change, including invoking the Defense Production Act just last month to try to boost the solar manufacturing industry. According to a report from the Center for Biological Diversity, which is urging the president to take this more urgent action, he could also consider actions like invoking the Defense Production Act again, suspending offshore drilling, and halting crude oil exports. Now, of course, as the White House is indicating, this is an option that they have been long considering. There was always a certain amount of pessimism about these talks that Senator Schumer was engaged in with Senator Manchin, and so they're ready for this moment, but now they're kind of doing the final vetting of these options.
Mike, one of the big challenges is last month the Supreme Court severely restricted the EPA's authority to regulate carbon emissions. So how is the White House trying to work around that ruling and to avoid further court challenges down the road?
Yeah, this decision last month was seen by a lot of climate activists as a real gut punch. The Obama administration had based so much of its climate policy on using executive authorities, and that was what was struck down by the Supreme Court, specifically the EPA's authority to regulate greenhouse gas emissions under the Clean Air Act. Now, White House officials telling me this morning that they believe that court ruling was actually rather narrow, that this was one narrow ruling on one specific narrow authority. And they believe that there are still authorities within other pieces of legislation that the president can employ at this point, a range of authorities that a range of agencies, even beyond the Environmental Protection Agency, could employ. And so they believe they're on strong legal footing. But when you talk about invoking a climate emergency, I think that's an effort by the White House to give whatever actions the president were to take even more legal authority. We see this in potential action on climate, and we've also been talking about this as a possible public health emergency the administration is considering declaring in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision on abortion. That's where the White House is really in emergency mode on a number of fronts, Joe.
I mean, let's be clear, Mike, any executive order from the president on climate is likely going to end up in court. So Congress is still, ideally for the president, the best way to make a lasting change. But we know Senator Joe Manchin, he's come out against President Biden's climate and tax plan now. So is there any hope at all for more negotiations in the Senate, or is it pretty much the president having to go it alone here?
Joe, the vice president was actually out giving a speech yesterday, speaking to the NAACP, and as it relates to a number of Biden administration priorities, whether it be voting rights, taking action on abortion, or other policies, she said, we need 2 more votes in the Senate. The White House, as I indicated, was always skeptical that Senator Manchin was going to come around. You heard the president say this on Friday. He was asked if Senator Manchin had been negotiating in good faith. He says, I wasn't negotiating with Senator Manchin, so I couldn't speak to it. There was a view, even in Democratic leadership, that Senator Schumer was perhaps a little bit too optimistic that Manchin could be brought on board with a robust effort to revive the Build Back Better agenda. And so now what the president is calling on Congress to do, the Senate specifically, is to take the few options that Senator Manchin is willing to go ahead with and try to pass that. But really, any further action on climate specifically is going to depend on the midterm elections this fall.
All right, Mike Memoli, thanks for kicking us off this hour. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.